Mornings are for dreamers.
I'm a dreamer, yes, I'm a dreamer.
The break of dawn for champions.
Champion, 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 champion.
On 32 FM 94.9.
Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9. From motivationals
To news,
to sports and talk.
we'll give you all you need to make the best of your day.
On the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Hello and another beautiful morning to you. Good morning to you, and it's good to be here once again. This is 32 FM 94.9, the station that is filling the world with laughter. My name is OLUTAYO, OGUNADE, and I welcome you to the Break of Dawn newspaper review. Once again, thank you for joining us. DELE is here.
Yes, my name is DELE ADEYANJU. I have a very clear voice this morning. Tayo seems not to have a clear voice. That's cool, right?
Precisely.
I think you should go for COVID test. No, one has to be very careful.
No. I mean, this is just this.
The way you are even talking, go.
Really?
Listen.
I hope it's not my mic.
No, it's not your mic. It's your nasal cavity.
Let's call Dollar Quote to check the figure.
All right, my name is DELE ADEYANJU. Welcome to the first edition of Break of Dawn Newspaper Review on 32 FM 94.9. This morning, I have, as usual, the Punch, the Vanguard, the Independent newspaper, and the Daily Post newspapers.
And I have the Guardian newspaper, the Nation newspaper, Premium Times, and Daily Trust.
Headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning: Buhari, Abiodun, others pay tribute as ex-minister Martin Square buried. Also, police planned autopsy on Imo, 5-year-old found in car. Kaduna, gunmen ambush anti-bandits policeman's vehicle. 4 killed, cop missing. Also, federal government has lost grip of security, says Pandef. Ex-Rivers rep dies 10 days after losing wife. Suspected Ghana loyalists killed 3 in Benue attack. Storage facilities: Nigeria may waste 100,000 COVID-19 vaccine doses, say experts. Borno mob lynches soldier for killing 5 civilians. Army conniving with herdsmen on attacks. Ogun monarchs. Envoys lists: Buhari posts ex-ministers to UK, Spain, Emenike to US. Don't disregard experts' advice. NMA tells federal government as schools resume. LP urges Wike to invest 78 billion naira fund in Agric, and don't let Buhari sell public assets. Serap urges National Assembly. And moving on to other stories, headlines from the Punch newspaper: Oshun orders commissioners, advisors to undergo COVID-19 test. Nigerian footballer Asisat Oshoala announces mother's death. Envoys list: Buhari post ex-ministers to UK. Okay, Kwara partners Lagos and Agric unveil 10-year transformation plan. Indian bankers case: EFCC tackles Lagos, challenges pardon. Ondo cemetery guards arrested for stealing corpses' heads. Stop inciting ethnic tension. Akwa Ibom Kings warn groups. And COVID-19 enforcement: Edo deploys 800 constabulary, threatens prosecution. Gombe plans retirement of 2,850 corps for security. Gombe plans recruitment of 2,850 corps for security. NNPC records 28.38 billion naira trading surplus in September. And Ekiti relaxes curfew, orders schools to reopen Monday.
And from the Guardian newspaper, Ekiti earmarks 1.4 billion naira for Amotekun, 8 billion naira for social services. Kebbi, Kogi kick off federal government 774,000 jobs. Unclaimed dividends, dormant accounts balances safer with government, says CAC. EFCC seeks to obtain Lagos pardon to 3 convicts. Niger pupils resumed the 25th of January. Police begin clamp down on vehicles with covered number plates. Still from The Guardian, still from politics, how politics inexperience combined to stall Ogoni cleanup. OGUNADE Group blames SPDC over pollution of Niger Delta communities. How Sokoto State tackles development amid COVID-19 dwindling income. And from the sports side of The Guardian, 3 talking points for Premier League. Have another one here. Billions of naira down the drain as avoidable grid collapse persists. Still from there, let's see another one. 4 policemen die, repelling ambush and convoy in Benin Guari. 10 qualifications for the rapture. Okay, all right, something here from The Guardian. Let's see another paper.
All right, moving on to the Daily Post newspaper now. Ekiti government orders schools to reopen Monday. Ekiti government orders schools to reopen Monday. Buhari told to suspend NIN registration immediately. Taraba traditional ruler Emmanuel Njiwa is dead. And also Amosun Akinlade Mon Martin Square. COVID-19. Lagos government gives update on the academic schedule for public-private schools. Rotimi Amechi injured using crutches. COVID-19. Schools not yet safe for students. Teachers. Group tells Buhari. Schools in Kaduna to remain closed except Katpoli, Open University. State government. Banditry. 17 persons abducted in Shiroro, Niger State. Armed bandits kill 80-year-old woman. Others in Kaduna community. Federal government approves NIN enrollment center for diplomats. Abia government issues fresh directive to teachers on school resumption. Still reading from the Daily Post newspaper. Governor Obaseki vows to strictly enforce COVID-19 regulations, prosecute defaulters. Army base invasion. How troops bombed Boko Haram, ISWAP. My subjects are happy with me. Oluwo. And also Buhari reacts to death of Jubril Martin Square. Group condemns Aguleri-Umuleri crisis. Task traditional rulers on peace. Boko Haram sect as Christians, white men, Asians as members. Borno Governor, Zulum. Schools resumption scheduled for 18th January still stands. Kano government. Nigerian students can't remain at home indefinitely. Colleges of Education Union. Fayemi appoints Adeniyi Familoni, judge of Ekiti State High Court. And Lawan congratulates new Vice Chancellor of Federal University, Geshua. Finally, ex-Nigerian envoy Bolere Ketebu dies. Buhari reacts.
All right, this is to let you know that we are live on YouTube, 32FM 949 Ibadan. Live on YouTube, 32FM 949 Ibadan. 2 years after commissioning, Barrow Port remains desolate. That's coming from Daily Trust. COVID-19 schools not ready for resumption. Reps. Tomb of Sultan, who fought the British, neglected in ghostly Bomi. Navy arrests 24 with 6 boats, 100,000 litres of diesel. In Ondo, 62 shops affected in Lagos market fire. Kidnapped Ekiti petrol dealer freed. I fight, so no girl experiences what I went through. African of the Year. States squander billions as ruling parties clear local government polls. Man United retain top spot after Liverpool's stalemate. Despite federal government's directives, schools remain closed in Kaduna. Let's see some more from Daily Trust. Southwest PDP crisis. Lagos pledges support for Makinde 2023 zoning orders top agenda as PDP rejects manifesto. 4 airlines set to launch operation. How investment companies can improve state IGR. KSIP CEO. Let's see some more here. CAC to deregister inactive cores after 10 years. APC sweeps all chairmanship councillorship seats in Kano. Anambra governorship PDP aspirant donates cars money to party officials. Okay, let's see another one here. Uganda election, President Museveni stuck in there. But I think this is still now. Let's see another paper.
All right, Independent newspaper next. North holds highest number of out-of-school children. UBEC. It's unfair for other regions to aspire for presidency in 2023. Aside Indigbo, Ikeina, COVID-19 ASUS decries state government's preparations for school resumption. Sanwo-Olu orders police to impound vehicles with covered number plates. And NAF helicopter gunships destroy 6 terrorists' gun trucks in Brno. DHQ. Profane secular musician in Benue repents, receives baptism, and police nab suspected Lagos-based armed robbers in Ogun. Federal government asks, okay, let's move to another paper.
All right, let's see this one from Premium Times. Bandits kill 80-year-old, 4 others in Kaduna attacks. As COVID-19 spreads further, Nigeria's weekly death increase. Major controversies that rocked National Assembly in 2020. You can also find from Premium Times. Today, Jubril Martin Skuye, former Minister of Commerce, is dead. In 2021, Buhari Oshibajo will spend 3.4 billion naira on feeding and travels. Okay, let's see some more. From Premium Times, Nigerian military destroys 7 more Boko Haram gun trucks. Nigerian government to inaugurate COVID-19 rapid response register for urban poor. NIN registration. Nigerian government shuts NIMC headquarters. AFCFTA, what Nigerian businesses must do to export to African countries. Official, how COVID-19 vaccines will be administered to Nigerians. One more tanker truck drivers damaging new construction on Lagos about the expressway. That's according to an official. We're going on a short break now. We will be back.
32 FM.
94.9.
Guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this, eh?
I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM.
I carry and give Sade yesterday, but you know they use am again now.
Yay! You don't carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out.
On top Airtel SIM.
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Obonga will full on top of. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions dey.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Sílẹ̀kùn ọdún tuntun pẹ̀lú oore tuntun New Zealand Employment Offer 2021. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, FMH International Human Resources ti bọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wáṣẹ́ sókè òkun tí wọ́n sì ti ṣoríire láti pàṣẹ wọn. Ìwọ ni ire kan, ó yá gborí wọ New Zealand pẹ̀lú owó tí ò ga jara lọ. Ní New Zealand, $18 ni wọ́n ń san fún wákàtí kan, approximately 1.5 million naira gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó oṣù. Gbígba visa àti àwọn ìwé tó ṣe pàtàkì míì lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ní New Zealand láàrin ọjọ́ mọ́kànlélógún sí ọgbọ̀njọ́ 21 to 30 days processing ni. Fíforúkọsílẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàyí bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kẹtàdínlógún oṣù kejìlá December 17, 2020 títí di ọjọ́ kọkànlélọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kìíní ọdún 2021 January 31st, 2021 15 to 20% discount wà lórí gbogbo owó tẹ́ ẹ bá san. FMH International Human Resources Àjàkẹ́tà àti Ìkẹsàn-án Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn telephone 0817 4444 627 tàbí 0816 873 7222. New Zealand Employment Offer 2021 sílẹ̀kùn ọdún tuntun pẹ̀lú oore tuntun.
Egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí, egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni, ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
Ojú rẹ̀ ṣàǹjọ̀lọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneto cleanser ni.
Já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneto cleanser egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. Inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneto cleanser egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà ti gbàlódé. NAFDAC Fòǹtẹ̀lù MA1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneto cleanser jáde. A wà ní nọ́mbà 17 Ọba Akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
Guy, how far now? If you see this game, in fact, go to channel 203 now.
Wait, let me check. But I can't view the channel.
Really? You haven't heard of Step Up? Now I'm watching live sports action from the biggest leagues since I upgraded my DSTV subscription. And I got the next higher package.
That's right. Step up to the next level. If you're on the Yanga package and upgrade to Confirm, you will get the next higher package. DSTV Compact, worth 7,900 naira to enjoy all the live matches. Offer available for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
For area, then they call me Baba 22. If you look my JC, number 22. My keke plate number encore 22. My house number, of course. I decack for number 22. But you sabi wetin really make them they call me Baba 22? Now because I dey groove 22 times bonus on top every recharge.
Yes, so if you don't take when you use your glow line, reactivate now, make you begin enjoy your own Ogbonge 22 2 times bonus on top every recharge. It dey pay to reactivate your glow line.
Unlimited.
32 FM
94.9.
Welcome back. It's 32 FM 94.9, located on the 4th floor Cocoa House building, Dugbe, Ibadan. And the program is Breakdown Newspaper Review. Don't forget we are live on YouTube, 32 FM 949 Ibadan. In a short while, we'll be talking to our analyst via phone. That is Dr. Olu-Ojedokun. My name is Dele Adeyanju.
Good morning to you and thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. We started together at 6. My name is OLUTAYO, OGUNADE. Let's go straight to the body of the stories now, right?
Yeah.
The body of the headlines now. Okay. Let's start from you.
All right. There's a report here from Daily Post newspaper. Boko Haram sect has Christians, white men, Asians as members. Borno Governor Zulum. And I think this man knows something or he knows a lot. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State has said some Boko Haram members are Christians, Muslims, white men, and Asians. Zulum spoke during the 17th Chief Ganifawa annual lecture organized by the Nigerian Bar Association in Ikeja, Lagos State over the weekend. The governor said Nigerians should see insurgency as a general challenge and not just a northeast problem alone.
Dr. Lord Jedkon joins us on the program. Hello, good morning, Doctor. Hello, Doctor.
Top of the day to you.
All right, great to have you. And how are you
Top
doing?
of the day to you.
Good.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
Very well. Did you listen to the headline by DELE just now?
No, I just got the end about the doctors, I think.
It's about Borno State Governor Zulum saying that Boko Haram members include Christians, Muslims, white men, and Asians. And it seems perhaps he has some information that is not available to everybody.
Yeah, the prof has always had his ear to the ground. The prof, of course, has lived in Medjugorje for a number of years. And if you look at it, a lot of times he's been very daring in return of the refugees back to places which have been long abandoned. But that's information which is not readily available to the press. And it would seem, as you suggested, that there's some direct contact between the governor and some elements of Boko Haram. And remember that, some of the Boko Haram people have been captured. So some of that intelligence may come from there. But I think the conventional wisdom is that most of them are Kanaris or come from Chad, or disaffected Fulanis and Hausa from that point of view. I think all those other people I've mentioned cannot be in significant numbers. They will only be there for logistics or they'll be there because they're being paid or whatever. But it's a sorry state of affairs. The sorry state of affairs is that what year are we now? I think this is the more than a decade, and still Boko Haram still appears to be waxing strong in some areas. Yes, they don't have territory, but what they're able to do is they're able to strike at will.
Zulum said, I'm quoting Zulum now, he said, I am from Borno State and many of our children are in Boko Haram. Does that suggest that we have two factions of Boko Haram, the dreaded Boko Haram and the cult-like Boko Haram? Because if they have a lot of their children in Boko Haram, that means some people are hiding under the name of Boko Haram to perpetrate evil.
Well, Boko Haram is actually, you have actually two factions. You have the West African faction, which is more linked to Al-Shabaab and internationalized. And you have the more local variant, which picks up disaffected youth, those that don't have jobs, those that don't have any future on the margins of society, and so we need to be able to distinguish between the two. But one commonality is that they're out to create mayhem, they're terrorists, they kill, they kidnap, and they're menace to society. And wherever they come from, whether they're the children of Borno or not, they need to be curtailed, they need to be addressed. And so you have to ask this question, how do you do it? You either use the military or you use social economic at the same time. And I think a lot of times we only use the military. Killing them doesn't solve the problem alone, because recruitment is one of the issues we've not been able to resolve.
All right, away from that story, Doctor, let's look at this one here. The Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, has expressed support for federal government's recent plan to borrow money from unclaimed dividend and dormant bank account balances to fund the 2021 budget deficit. What is your take on this?
My take on this is that this is you're just putting plaster over a recurring problem. The problem Nigeria has in terms of expenditure and in terms of budget is not a one-off. It is an occurring structural problem. It's fundamental. And what's the fundamental is we are simply spending much more than we earn. In other words, our recurrent expenditure in terms of salaries, in terms of emolument, in terms of allowances, and the sort, particularly for the National Assembly and to a lesser extent for the executive, is just too much. So if they do that this year, from that point of view, what's going to happen next year, when they're exhausted? So I think really the CAC has got it wrong here. I think what they should be encouraging the government to do is to cut down the current expenditure, to cut down their spending, so that we actually spend what we earn and not much more. We are spending much more than what we earn. So whether you take those dividends or whatever, from that point of view, the situation is going to reoccur year after year, year after year.
All right, I have this one here also from Premium Times. President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will spend 3.4 billion naira on feeding and travel expenses, while Mr. Buhari approved about 2.6 billion naira of the amount for his office. About 873 million naira was earmarked for Mr. Osinbajo's office.
Well, I've stated it again. If you look at the American president, if you look at the British Prime Minister, if you look at the German Chancellor, all their meals, all their entertainment, except when it has to do with foreign or directly to do with their offices, are taken care by the office order. These are amounts of money which we need not spend. If Osinbajo is going to have a meal, a lunch, breakfast, and supper, it should come from his salary, should be deducted. And so the president, that's how these other countries are able to curtail their expenditure and are able to have a reasonable government. These are amounts of money we're talking about that we can't afford, we need not be spending, and we need not be expending. And until we get to grips with such frivolous expenditure, I consider it to be frivolous, because these people are paid well enough and can afford the meals that they have. Then we're going to run into a problem. I'm not suggesting that when you're having state banquets that they fund it, but we're talking about the daily meals. A lot of this amount caters for their daily meals and daily refreshments and so on and so forth.
And one will expect that to whom much is given, much should be delivered.
Of course, and we're not getting much of that delivery. That's the problem. I think we need a root and branch. I've said that when you're in a financial crisis, you don't need the run-of-the-mill kind of minister. You need a radical coming in. You understand? And they should have used this emergency of COVID to actually institute many austerity reforms, so that when the country returns to normal, you understand, we have a pared-down government, a government that functions, a government that delivers, as you suggested, and spends little on our current expenditure. But we don't seem to be grappling with it. We seem, you understand, to be advancing into an economic inferno.
All right, Dele is trying to point my attention to a particular amount here.
Yeah, that's in 2019, the amount for local travels was 250 million naira, and international travel 751 million naira. That's for Mr. President. For Vice President, 84 million naira and 217 million naira in that order. But by 2020, just a year after, it's shot up to that times 3. That's about 300%, 2.4 billion. And funny enough, 2020 there were no much travels because of COVID. And this year again,
you should factor in inflation, Dele.
What's inflation?
There's an element of inflation, but it's overwhelmed by the fact that Mr. Dele has suggested that there was no travel really in 2020. This is a scam, or it appears to be, you understand, in many respects. These are monies that, you understand, cannot rise by 300%. How do you justify it? And these are ways we are waste. There's a lot of waste in terms of governance and in terms of expenditure. And apart from that, I'm saying, what kind of diplomacy are we even advancing? What kind of diplomacy are we promoting? The travels we're talking about are for Mr. President to go for medicals. A lot of times, how many places has Oshibajo traveled to? Very few number of places. I can count them on the fingers of my hand. So this are unnecessary expenditure, and it shows you
doctor,
that we are
I think we should be clear on something. This was an amount budgeted for travels. All right, does not mean that this was the actual amount spent overall for the 2020 trips.
Well, there's supposed to be a rollover.
Yes, that's it. We are supposed to do zero budgeting. Zero budgeting means, you understand, that all those amounts that are not spent are retired. And if you only spent 10% last year, then your budget for the coming year should be 10%. But what we're getting is that you may have spent less than the budget, but we are increasing it 300%. So it doesn't make any sense. So I agree with you that it's budgetary and it's not the actual sum spent, but there's an intent there by someone to do some harm to the economy by increasing it 300%.
All right, Dr. Yedoko, a lot of Nigerians are calling on Mr. President to suspend the national identity number registration, because if we are shutting down schools, if we are shutting down primary, secondary, tertiary institutions, and we are telling people to go for NIN registration, anytime you get to this NIMC, the centers, you feel that there is a crusade or something going on there, and people are there for their miracles, instant miracles. Because they want to get their NIN certification or something. Nigerians are saying that government should just suspend this NIN until COVID goes away. What do you think?
I think it's sheer lunacy. I think the mind boggles. Whoever came up with that policy, you understand, wasn't really thinking it through. And this is where we don't get joint government. This is where we get disjointed thinking. We're having places closing down, as you suggest, because of super spreading events. And what are we doing? We're setting up spreading events all over the country. So if you go to the NIN offices, I guarantee you that COVID is being spread on a regular, on an hourly basis, on a minute-by-minute basis, on a second-by-second basis. And this is something that the government can do something about. What's the rush? What really is the rush? Why do you introduce a policy and give it 6 weeks? Because that's what they did. I think it makes no sense at all. As of November, we had 43 million out of about maybe 203 million subscribers. Even as we speak today, I doubt if we recorded much more than 50 million. So what are you going to do within now and what date is it? Is it 29th of January or is it 9th of February? You're going to cover millions and millions of people? No, it doesn't make any sense. So, of course, I join with the millions of Nigerians who are suggesting that this so-called registration be suspended, or we find an electronic way or easier way to be able to record this data. And apart from that, you have a BVN. I have a BVN. Mr. Ogunade has a BVN. Why can't they find some easier way through all those records, to link all these things together? Yes, to connect. I'm sure they can do it. It's not beyond the impossible to do it. After all, if you look at the budget for IT, we are budgeting millions and millions and millions. Take some of those millions and begin that project of linking, and I'm sure we'll get somewhere.
Dr. Jedoku, let's look at the banking system in connection with COVID-19. Before 8 o'clock, let's say 7:30, we have myriads of people outside the banking gate, waiting to be called in. And when we have like over 200, 300 sometimes, they cluster around each other or one another. And by the time the banking halls open, they call people out in one after the other. What about the clustered people outside? There's still a fashion of transmission of COVID if it's going to happen. So I think banks should also up their games. I don't know how it's going to be done.
No, I think in some respects, the banks could be more responsible, because it seems as if the banks are only interested in the form and not the substance. The form means that when you get into the bank, yes, there's social distancing, but when you're outside the banks, all of us queue at the banks. We discard social distance because the space for social distance is not there. So the bank should have a policy. If they cannot maintain social distance, then they shouldn't open that branch. And of course, it's going to cause a lot of harm to people. But in the meantime, I think it's better in the long run, because you really don't want to catch COVID. No. You don't want to be infected. No. So the bank has to find a way forward, and part of it might be maybe opening more centers. I don't know how they're going to do it, or maybe making sure that the ATMs are full. But some people will say, well, it's not ATM. They're after changing their cards, or they're after some information and so on. And so let's make, telephone banking. Let's make it more effective. Let's make the internet banking more effective so that people don't have to go to the bank and people can operate from their homes and from the comfort of their offices or wherever. We can make these things easier for ourselves. Why don't we torture ourselves needlessly, I would ask?
It seems in Nigeria, we only use our internet to browse Facebook and Twitter. We are not actually doing the things right in terms of having our registration done, like the banking system, like the NIMC. Like
who are the we here?
Everyone is involved there. Okay.
All right. Doctor, are you still there?
I'm with you.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Let's go to this story. No fewer than 3 persons have been injured in a clash that occurred in Gar, Seriki village, Ibarapa North local government area, or for your state, Sigaga. One person was also said to be missing, with about 10 hearts raised in an incident that began Thursday afternoon. The victims, both from the Yoruba and Fulani residents of the area. Trouble was said to have started Thursday afternoon when a popular indigenous of the area, Mr. Sunday Adeyamo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, stormed the residence of the Seriki Fulani of your state, Alhaji Saliu Abdulkadir, to complain about what he termed the incessant attacks on people of the area.
Well, I think there's an element of thuggery going on, and I'm going to be very, very careful here. We know that Sunday Igboho is a very popular figure, but we also know that wherever he goes, there are crises there. I'm not suggesting that he took thuggery there, but I'm suggesting that once people hear the name Sunday Igboho, they get up on their defenses, and the reactions are not usually good. But I think that the people of your state are concerned with the herdsmen, some of them being the Fulani. And I'm not surprised that it's taking somebody like Sunday Igboho to rise up and to say enough is enough. But we cannot tolerate thuggery. We have the Amotekun. If people are worried and concerned, then why not refer to the Amotekun? I can't say the police, because you and I know that the police have not been operating at maximum for some time. But certainly, they should allow the security forces to handle it. Because all this self-help, all this visiting with your supporters is only about to cause more trouble in your state at this time. And we certainly don't need all this trouble, not at this time, and not in any time in the future. So yes, while you might lay blame and say, the Igbo has gone there, but there's also the government has a responsibility to deal with the crisis and to deal with the violence being visited upon the people of Oyo State by people of whatever tribe or coloration.
All right, obviously, Sunday Igboho spoke out of the passion and pain he felt for his people around that place, but of course we also know that no one can unilaterally order a particular tribe or ethnic group out of any place in this country unilaterally.
No, because Nigeria is a federation. Nigeria belongs to us all. And yes, we may not speak the same language. We may not be of the same background, but everybody, according to the Constitution of Nigeria, has freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, freedom to own property. So, of course, he has we have that constitutional right. But that constitutional right does not give room for criminality, or does not give room for people to come from outside our area and begin to terrorize people. So there's a balance that must be made. There's a balance that must be achieved. And I think that's where the security forces come in. And that's where law enforcement must have their way.
And how do you expect that this will be tackled ultimately, so we can have some peace around that place?
Well, I think there has to be some patrols, but you ask the question, where are the patrols going to come from? The police are not overstretched, but they're not out there. Amotekun is limited. So I think somebody has to appeal to the good sense of the people around that area to assure them. But in the short term, people are going to really, really be quite nervous. But I think patrols from the police, patrols from Amotekun might be the way forward in the medium and the long term.
Now, people are also asking about the whereabouts of Gani Adams in all of this. What is his position?
Well,
what is he doing
to
stem the tide of,
Well, Gani Adams. Yes. Gani Adams has a ceremonial title, Areono Kankafo. That's a ceremonial title. He doesn't have any operational role, really. And so he can only go to the pages of newspaper, wear white lace, or is it white anchor, whatever he wears. And grace ceremonial functions. So if you're expecting much more than that from Gani Adams, then I think we've been sent on a fool's errand. Adeona Kanfo is not what it was 2 centuries ago, from that point of view. But having said that, he can have a moral voice, he can speak to the issues, and he can at least address the press. So maybe that's where he can come in. but not really operationally. No longer, anyway.
All right, Dr. Yedokun.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go on a short break now. When we return, we'll look at one or two more stories, then we open the phone lines. Please hang on, Doctor.
Honey, must you go?
Babe, you know I must. Besides, you can always video call me.
What if your battery runs out?
I've got my power bank.
Hey, and when your power bank runs out?
Babe, I've got my laptop.
Okay, wait. What if your data runs out?
Babe, you know we never run out of data.
Never run out of data with Airtel Home Broadband Unlimited Ultra plans. Enjoy unlimited data with no speed cap plus extra data daily, so you never have to worry about running out. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to get started.
Babe, but I just left the house.
Yes, honey. It's video calling all the way.
Airtel, the smartphone network. What do you hear about confident guys? They are smart, go-getters. They never settle for less. Big dreamers with eyes always on the ball. But most importantly, they stay chilled, even under pressure. Just like the icy cold chill you get from using Premier Cool soap for those with the confidence to chase their dreams.
Stay chilled with Premier Cool toilet soap. Removes 99.9% of germs and contains real menthol extracts for that icy cool feel.
ọ̀rẹ́ so ti dọ́fíìsì wọn ṣé mo ṣe wí lórí àwọn èròjà sólà tí mo sọ fún ọ so orí wọn níbẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀ sọ́jà àwọn òwọ́n jù so ti rojúlówó Novest Solar product tó jẹ́ ojúlówó ní Novest Solar shop so ń gbádùn product wọn.
gbogbo béèrè tó béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi pátá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo bá.
generator lóríṣiríṣi tó ń lo sólà tí náà fi lè ṣẹ́jú ní tòjò tẹ̀rùn solar water ball iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ ní kó fami nínú kànga láì lóná ọba solar street light tí ó fààyè gbòkùnkùn bírímù solar fans lóríṣiríṣi tó ń bá ooru bẹ́ẹ̀ fọn wọ̀yá àjà ní Novest Solar shops yìí pitimuni solar panel fún títà lórí inverters batteries tó jẹ́ ojú mi dá solar kit solar generator tó ń ro iná lágbára ní gbogbo ìgbà láì sanwó oṣooṣù.
wọ́n rẹ̀ ìròyìn ọ̀tá fojúbà nǹkan kan mo wá lọ ṣùgbọ́n ọjà mẹ́fà mo kó jáde ńbẹ̀.
fún ìwọ tó o ti mọ̀ ó pé ọkọ ra solar product ní Novest Solar shop kàn sí Novest Solar shop ní Ìbàdàn office Akíndélé plaza opposite Alámọ̀sẹ̀gbà stadium Èkó tẹ̀dó Ìbàdàn telephone 08058544486 ó pé ọ kó o rajà ní Novest Solar shop.
Why una dey do her like this now? She offend una.
Mommy, what is it? Why are you crying?
Ejiro, people heartless oh. See wetin they do Anita.
Mama, who is Anita?
My dear, just leave Mama oh. She's in a world of her own with this movie she's watching on Airtel TV. You too can get special streaming 500 MB data for just 100 naira to stream movies, series, music videos, and more. The best part is, you don't have to use your main data. Just dial *141 *106# now.
Hey, Mama, Anita don't see better man Mario. Just look at God.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM
94.9.
Thank you for staying tuned. 32 FM 94.9. Of course, Breakdown newspaper review is live. Let's take some stories. Doctor is still here before we go to the phone lines to take your contribution.
All right. I have a report here, and it's from Independent newspaper. Some people are saying that, well, it's a group actually, that Igbos are next in line to become president of this country, that they've been
marginalized for too long.
Now, talking about the way the politics of this country runs, Dr. Jadokun, do you feel that it's time for Igbos to come on board?
I think it's time for good governance to come on board. And the good governance comes from the southeast. Those are the Igbos predominantly. Then I'm all for it. And if good governance comes from the southwest, I'm all for it. And even if it comes from Katsina State, I'm all for it. I think our emphasis should be good governance rather than from where people come from. But I think for the sake of equity, every part of Nigeria should feel a sense of belonging. And if we can find the most capable and the most equipped and the most effective person from the Igbo land, from the southeast, then why not? but people should not say you cannot be president because you come from a particular area. I think that's where my position is. We should not be dogmatic about it at the same time, but our priority must be good governance because that's what we've lacked. All this zoning, where has it got us to? Most of the time, it's got us nowhere.
All right, we have this one from the Guardian newspaper, and it's on Ohaneze Ndigbo. Crisis deepens as faction heads for court. The crisis rocking the transition process of the Apex Igbo socio-cultural organization Ohaneze Ndigbo has deepened as the chief Uche Okuku faction has sued the newly elected President General Professor George Obioza, asking the court for an order to restrain him from parading himself as leader of the group.
Well, we seem to be very litigious. America is the most litigious, and Nigeria follows behind. These are things that we should have been resolved internally rather, than taking it to court. But I think the relevance of the Ohaneze is their unity. And once they have this unity, then become less effective. As a pressure group, I think they're quite effective. So I hope they're able to resolve these matters even before it gets to court. And even if it gets to court, they're able to resolve. Because we need the pressure groups to be able to pressure for good governance, to be able to pressure for representation, equity in terms of the Federation of Nigeria. So I think it's sad that it's got to this situation. And I hope they're able to resolve this matter, whatever the issues are. Obviously, we don't know the full details, but I think it's to do with the the selection process.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jedokun, for your time with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
32 FM
94.9.
Guy, what's in the make you scatter house like this, eh? I beg, you help me see my Airtel SIM. I carry and give Shade yesterday, but you know they use him again now. Yay! You don't carry my bonus give landlord picking. Now today you go pack out. On top Airtel SIM?
Yes, so if you don't reach 15 days where you never use your Airtel SIM, go find them now. Because why? Ogonga will full on top of. Hey, get 2,000 naira airtime plus extra 200 MB for just 200 naira. The more you recharge, the more you are woofo. To begin enjoy this awoof, just dial *241*7#. Terms and conditions, J.O.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's a brand new day and I'm feeling the heat. I walk into the bathroom so I can hit the street. I'm not just looking for a shower, I'm looking for a drive. I feel like no other confidence through a nice and cool chill. It's an all-in-one soap, so dope, cause it kills germs, makes you fly, got you smelling so fresh. Yeah, plus it's Premier Cool season, it got me feeling fresh for no reason. Yeah, stay chilled with Premier Cool toilet soap. Removes 99.9% of germs and contains real menthol extracts for that icy cool feel.
Are you ready to have a happy moment on radio, learning, and at the same time having fun?
How many sevens can we get in 49?
That would be 7.
All right. By how much is 55 more than 33?
55 more than 33. 22.
If you share 16 coconuts among 4 people, what will each get?
4.
That's interesting. How many 3s are there in 18?
6.
And the king had 15 horses. Share amongst 5 people.
3.
Okay, that's interesting. We got a winner this morning.
Then join Auntie Yellow on 32 FM 94.9, Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m.
Smart Kids Show. Let us learn, unlearn, and relearn.
Honey, must you go?
Babe, you know I must. Besides, you can always video call me.
What if your battery runs out?
I've got my power bank.
Hey, and when your power bank runs out?
Babe, I've got my laptop.
Okay, wait. What if your data runs out?
Babe, you know we never run out of data.
Never run out of data with Airtel Home Broadband Unlimited Ultra plans. Enjoy unlimited data with no speed cap plus extra data daily, so you never have to worry about running out. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to get started.
Babe, but I just left the house.
Yes, honey. It's video calling all the way.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM.
94.9.
All right, welcome back. We now open the phone lines 0809 7949 0906 2949. You can call to drop your headlines on the show this morning. You can react to or respond to any of the topics raised earlier. Hello, do you have a caller? Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Dele.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, comrade.
I'm Leka. On the Igbo, saying that it is unjust for anybody to fight for the post of the president. I think that is personal. That is not law. And at the same time, I know what the Igbo need to do is to see how they can rally around other people from other zones of the country. But in all sincerity, I doubt any of these two big political parties, the APC and PDP, I don't think any of them will be ready to release their presidential tickets to people of the Southeast. I think that's my observation.
Thank you, comrade. You heard that from him. That was his own opinion. 0906 2009 49. Hello.
Johnny Jockey is on the line. Yes, thank you.
Good morning.
Yes, let me appreciate the last of the first one as well.
You need to move away from your radio, sir, John and Jockey.
Yes, thank you. And so I disagree with him on substantive data, but this is not the time for such issues. You see, I saw the leadership crisis or the crisis in Ohanese coming up. Recall that there was a court injunction planning that election that was sent on defense from BOD. Regrettably, Ohanese went to conduct that election. The former governor of Imo has gone to court to challenge it, and so I could see the problem coming. Unfortunately, the Republicans and such issues are not easily resolved in a family affair like that. Unfortunately so. You see, I want to thank Professor Zulun for writing about parochial settlement, for accepting the existence of Boko Haram and providing solutions, unlike the former governor of Adamawa State, retired Admiral Nyanko, when in a memo address to Northern State Governor Forum, year 2014, referred the terrorist organization as which he believes he said does not exist, even accused President Jonathan of genocide. A clear indication of his incapability of writing about parochial settlement and possessing a morbid interest for facts and truth in public discourse. Boko Haram issue is a national problem and should be regarded as such by all Nigerians. John Njoku is my name. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, John Njoku, for your contribution there. 0906 2009 4908 09 7000 949. Let's take more calls. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is from Bashar.
Oh, good morning, Number Bashar.
Yeah. Please, I want to talk. There's no bad if Igbo can become president in 2023. But the problem is, it's not in a platter of gold. Look, do you think any candidates of Igbo can beat Bola Tinubu in APC? Or do you think any candidate of Igbo can beat Atiku in PDP? Take, for instance, even they go for the third party, they can't beat this party because, take, for instance, the Oyo State, I mean, we are having more than 300 and something words. Why they want to start it? Good morning.
Omaba Sharon, before you go, thank you for the kindness of the gift. All right, I didn't hear that. Well, Omaba Sharon celebrated his birthday the other time, and so when I came around over the weekend, I got something from him. All right, for the team, you know.
Happy birthday to you, Omaba Sharon.
Thank you once again. 0906 2009 49 0809 7000 949 to drop your comment on the program. Let's take this particular one from here. Good morning. Security has never been as bad as this in this country. We are now at the mercy of criminals. So many killings and destructions, and we still believe that somebody is running the government. Daniel Okereke from Okechino. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Hello.
Thank you, it's Mr. Bolaji from Akubo. Concerning this NIMC issue, I think one thing the federal government should do is to extend the deadline. 2, most of these registration centers, they should try to afford people sheet of papers whereby everybody will write his name 50-50 per day. Thursday, Monday, we are going to attend to these people. Tuesday, only 50. Tuesday, 50. Where is it? 50. And federal government will extend the date. You know, Nigerians, we won't like to do things until we are forced to do it. That's but there is a perfect way of doing things, and that's it, how it can be done. Let them allow people to write their name, 50 names each day. It may last a month or 2 months. That's why I say federal government will extend it. Good morning, thank you.
Or even 3 months, and people know. Then you know that you are coming. You are coming on
so
appointment.
50 per day. They should not do more than that.
All right, thank you so much for calling.
You are welcome.
Yeah, 0809 7949 0906 2949. I think that's a valid suggestion there. People come around on appointment, and instead of having this cluster of people, sometimes you feel like it's a revival crusade by one prophet. Prophet OGUNADE somewhere.
Prophet DELE. Let's take a call there. 0906 2000 949 009 7949. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. What's your name, please?
Good morning, sir. I'm Mr. Obi calling from OLUTAYO.
All right, let's have a contribution.
I appreciate your education program every morning.
Thank you.
Please keep it up. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We appreciate your kind words too. Okay, 009 7000 949.
Oh, 0906 200949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Tayo.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Deja.
Good morning.
This is Shegun from Mali.
Good morning, Shegun. Go on.
This is my own personal opinion.
Okay.
We started the registration in 2012, more than 8 years ago. Why are we doing this as a Nigerian? Only for 3,000 million have registered. There is a country in Africa, I've forgotten the name. We started at the same time. 94% of their citizens have registered. Why are we doing this so that federal government just, government generally just be messing us around? It is our fault. Now, there is coronavirus. Church, plenty people go there. Mosque, market, everywhere. We should be very careful what we Nigeria are doing to ourselves because the government don't like us. Have respect.
All right, I thought Shegun will come up with some suggestion, but I think he decided to just do a critique of what has happened. But the way forward is the main thing right now. Hello.
Hello, Tayo.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Bayo from OLUTAYO.
Oh, Bayo.
Yes, from OLUTAYO. How are you doing?
Bayo has been ages. Good to have you.
Yeah. So let's first ask ourselves on this main registration.
Okay.
Is there supposed to be a deadline for it?
Should it be terminal?
Yeah, because I don't just get it. Why should there be? In fact, government should do what will make people to want to wish to do this registration. So I don't think there should be a deadline. That's number one. Then number two, you see, I don't know what is really happening these days to the government or to those that are in charge of these things. I did my NIN registration in 2014. In 2014, I did it online by myself. After doing it online, I only went to the NIN center with the printouts, which I used to do biometric capturing. So, and it doesn't take more than just within 1 minute, I'm out of the place. So they've stopped the online registration. Now, why do they stop it? And I think that is why the place is just jam-packed like that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bayo, for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay.
0809 7949 0906 200949. Yes. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Bola. I want to speak on the issue of, you mentioned inflation the other time, the government spending. I want to support your point there. There's a lot of spending, and this spending is causing inflation, not only at the federal level, even at the state level. Most of the money that is spent, they spend it without any significant
Hello. All right, we lost our caller's call there. You can call back, caller 0809 7949 0906 200949. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is John Larwaju from Nigeria. the issue of NIL, I don't think that's supposed to have a deadline. So if you have a deadline, definitely the unborn children are the youngest one now. So it means that they will not be able to get the SIM or have access to the to phone. Is that what you are saying? There are some people that are still in the hospital now that they don't have the opportunity of going and doing it by themselves.
In fact, people give birth every day.
Yes, those in some village say that they don't even have the access to go and do it. Are you saying that they are not the part of Nigeria? See, I don't understand the government. They like to do their own thing in the way that they will just force everything, force. Why do we like to force everything? Force or use force for everything. Why? The same thing they did for BPN. At the end of the day, look at the BPN issue now. I don't understand it. Thank you very much.
Tayo, let's not forget that when we say that it's about government or this government, it's actually about our representatives that we sent there. They make those laws. So it's not majorly about Buhari or Shibajo. It's about our own representatives making these laws, passing these bills. Hello, good morning. Move away from your radio. Move away from your radio set, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's Ayah from Oyo.
All right, sir. Go on.
So I think the government are giving more than enough time for this thing. Nigeria, we always believe something, we don't need it. Or probably I will have to postpone it to until when it becomes a problem. Like myself now, I did it within 4 corners of my matrimonial home. There wasn't any problem at all. So anytime you just have a lesson for all of us, anytime government says go and do this, let's go ahead and do it on time. So that by the time I need of this change to be very, very useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. He's going to be the last caller on the program this morning. But Iman made a valid point. He says NIN registration should be a continuous exercise. There shouldn't be a deadline to it. Let's also look at that argument.
If you ask me, I'll say that it should start with banks. Let banks say that before you open an account, you have to bring along your NIN registration. From there, the awareness will become loud and louder.
Of course, this is also to determine our population, since we only give estimated numbers or figures. We don't even know how much we are.
So when are we going to have the next census?
Thank you, dear listener, for your time with us. I hope this voice will get better by tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate your contribution. From me, have a great Monday, and bye for now.
My name is Dele Adeyanju. Thank you for your time with us. And Tayo, use some turmeric, use some ginger, and some lime, and some lemon, and some honey.
Heaven made a radio, gave it a soul, and called it 32 FM 94.9. Filling the world with laughter.
Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low.
It's 7 o'clock. What's that aroma? It's Golden Penny Pasta. It has great quality and great taste. My babe Chichi dey come. When she tastes it, her love for me will grow double.